So good afternoon. Welcome to the University of Melbourne. Welcome to the Faculty of Science and welcome to the School of Biosciences. So my name is Jennifer Fox and I'm one of the subject coordinators. I also have here Brianna, so you should be able to see Brianna. Maybe Brianna's got her camera on. She can give a wave if people are looking at the gallery view. So yes, I'm Jennifer Fox, one of the subject coordinators. We've got Brianna Steed here, and we also are going to have Associate Professor Dawn Gleeson joining us. And she is a senior academic advisor in the School of Biosciences. Is my audio okay?
I think that it's echoing because we need students to turn off their microphones.
Okay,
so can everybody make sure they're muted?
Thank you, everybody. I can just hear my voice coming back at me. Okay, so we've just got some information today about the first year biology subjects for the people starting next week. Brianna, could you ensure that some of the microphones are muted? Or Monique, perhaps, are you able to mute everybody?
I've been trying.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let's get started on the session. Okay, the first thing first is that I will put the slides up for this on the Canvas homepage so that you can all access these and you don't need to be writing furiously as we go through the session today. So biology, it's a very diverse discipline. You can see here lots of different photos of organisms, and we have a number of first year biology subjects in which we'd like to introduce you to the broad disciplines of biology, and hopefully we will inspire you to pursue biosciences and develop an even greater passion for biology. So these subjects are about helping you make sense of biology. So our first semester subjects are all about looking at cells to organisms, and the second semester ones focus on ecosystems and ecology. So biology is all about big ideas. So you'll learn lots of facts and there'll be lots of things to remember. But one way that we structure our subjects to help you organise your knowledge is putting them into 5 major themes. So we've got cells, regulation, evolution, information, and interconnectedness. And all the content that you learn in your first year biology subjects will be connected to these concepts in some way. And there will also be lots of connection between these concepts themselves. So some of you will be studying biology as breadth subjects. And if that's you, you can only do a maximum of 37.5 points at level 1 for breadth, which means that you can only do a maximum of 3 biology subjects if you were to choose them all as biology. So these are the combinations that you could choose if you were choosing it as breadth. However, if you're pursuing biology and undertaking that as part of your Bachelor of Science, then all of these subjects will not be breadth points, but science points. So we have a number of different first year subjects, but we have 4 major core biology subjects at first year. And they're sets of pairs. So there are 2 subjects running in first semester and 2 subjects running in second semester. And if you look at the blue box, we have 2 different streams. The blue box is an introductory stream and the sort of reddish box is a standard stream. So depending on your prior learning in biology, you would enroll in one of these pairs of subjects. Okay, so if you have not studied biology at year 12 or equivalent, okay, you would enroll in the introductory biology stream. If you have, you would enroll in the biology 1009 and 11 streams. If you're not sure about this, you can contact the coordinators or the general biology email addresses and we'll help you work out which stream you should be in. Each of these pathways will lead to a major in life sciences, or it will give you the necessary prerequisites to pursue life sciences subjects in second year, or vet, or optometry, etc. There are some other smaller subjects at first year. In semester 1, we have genetics in the media, and in semester 2, there's flora and fauna of Australia. And these are sort of niche specific subjects that are address certain topics. And these are not the major core ones that will get you the prerequisites to get you into the second year subjects that you would like, but these are more interest-based subjects. Our first semester subjects will be run completely online. Genetics in the media is also an online subject that runs in semester 1. So how we communicate with you as the students is we communicate through Canvas. So this is even more important that we are completely online. This is our communication point for you. So if you haven't logged onto the learning management system, do that now. The Canvas sites for your subjects you have enrolled in should be open, and they will have some information up there for you. So it's very important that you connect with this learning management system. This is the only way we can connect with you to deliver our online content. So what is on the Canvas learning management system? There are announcements, the subject announcements. So in biology, we'll give you weekly subject announcements. This is where you will find your lecture notes and your lecture recordings. They'll be posted up on this learning management system. There'll be information about all the other supporting module information for the content of the subjects. It's where you'll access all your assessment. So tests and tests, assessments, assignments will be uploaded here. And of course, an online exam at the end of semester. There's other resources that will help you in your study of biology. And most importantly, it is also where you will find Zoom links to join your Zoom online classes. So it's really important you get onto Canvas and have an explore of each of the subjects that you're enrolled in. So I'll just now go over a brief overview of the 2 core subjects in first semester. So this one is Biology 1008, the introductory stream. Your commitment to this subject, it will be 3 lectures per week. These are all pre-recorded for this semester. You will have 1 tutorial each week, which will be a 1-hour Zoom class, and these start in week 1. You will have practicals and skills workshops classes, and these alternate per week. So there's 5 skills workshops and 5 practicals. So your skills workshops will start in week 2 and your practicals will start in week 3. Make sure you have registered for each of these class formats. They will appear in your timetable through My Timetable, and the Zoom links to access these classes will be on Canvas. On the left-hand side of the Canvas menu, there's a Zoom tab, and they'll be listed the classes, and you just pick the ones that you're registered to. Okay, similarly for 1009, which is the standard stream of life's machinery, you will have 3 lectures per week. Sorry, there's a bit of a typo there, the hyphen in the wrong spot. So these lectures will be pre-recorded. You'll also have practical and workshop classes as well. These practical classes for 1009 will start in week 2. And then in the alternate weeks, so starting in week 3, you will have a workshop class that will be 2 to 3 hours in length as timetabled on your timetable. And within this time frame, there will be some self-directed study, some time to work on your research project, and some tutorial time. So again, make sure you've registered for each of these class types, and you'll be able to access and join these classes through Canvas through Zoom links. The lecture topics in both of these core subjects are the same. The learning outcomes for these subjects are the same, so that at the end of first year, you'll be able to go into the same, you'll have the same understandings. And we have 6 modules in these subjects. They are broken up into 2-week-long modules where you'll have a number of different lecturers. So you can see our themes there. We're talking about what is life, maintaining life, passing on information, multicellularity, systems of life, and challenging life. And your lecturers are some brilliant research scientists from the School of Biosciences, and they have a range of different research pursuits. And at the start of their lectures, they will tell you a little bit about themselves and what they do in their research. And you'll find it, hopefully you find it really interesting. So there'll be 36 lectures in total, so 3 a week. So the lecture times on your timetable, they have been scheduled in at 9 a.m. on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And the timetable has made them all clashable. So what that means is none of these lectures, they'll all be pre-recorded and none of them will be live streamed. So it means they will appear on the learning management system at those times, but you can watch them whenever it suits you. Our lecturers are going to upload their lecture content in sort of smaller little chunks of lecture, so you don't have to sit still for 50 minutes to watch them. They'll be in about 15-minute chunks. So you can watch them at any time that suits you, and you can come back and watch them at the end of semester if you have time. We encourage you to keep up with the lectures as they are posted on the learning management system so that you don't get behind in your study. If it's helpful for you, we encourage you to set aside that timetable time to watch it. I know it's 9 o'clock in the morning, but you could maybe make it the afternoon that they're posted, if that helps you keep on top of your timetable. So you will be coming to a lot of online Zoom classes. So here's just a little taste of what we expect you to do in these classes. So I have already seen that we've got some cameras on and it's so lovely to see faces. I'm just flicking through them now. So we really encourage you to turn your cameras on when you come to your Zoom classes. You'll be working in small groups in breakout rooms in the Zoom. And so we really encourage you to turn your cameras on and chat with your fellow students and get to meet some new people. So we ask that you're willing to work collaboratively. Bring some confidence to step outside your comfort zone, okay? Really push yourself to learn. Don't afraid to be wrong, okay? That's all part of the learning process. And also when you come to these classes, just bring, obviously you'll have your device, but bring any relevant supporting notes. So your lecture notes, prac notes, or any relevant supporting learning materials. And some pen and paper to write on, or if you prefer, just on your laptop to type. We have a prescribed textbook, and this is it here, Sadava. It's called Life. So this text will be referred to by the lecturers. Often they use the images from this textbook, but this is just one of several textbooks that the lecturers will refer to in their lectures. So it's not compulsory that you purchase this text. We'll have a link in the LMS if you wish to purchase an ebook copy, but if you're not able to do that, you can use other general biology textbooks, and we'll also be providing some readings to an open source free online textbook if you prefer to use that. So the link is not up on your LMS yet, but we'll be publishing more and more content later in the week on your Canvas websites. So just going through the assessment for the two major subjects. So this is outlined in the handbook entries for these subjects. It's a very similar assessment for both of these subjects. In the introductory subject, you have 6 small quizzes throughout the semester. You have 5 practicals, each of which are worth 5%, and that totals a 25% of your whole subject grade. And passing the practical component is a hurdle requirement. You must pass this practical component in order to pass the subject. So that means achieving more than 50% in the practical component. You also have a written practical report, which is due at the end of semester. And at the end of semester, there will be a final exam, which is worth 50% and is 2 hours long. And that's a mixture of multiple choice questions and short answer written questions. That will be done online. The 10009 subject, it has a similar assessment schedule. It has slightly fewer progress tests that again will be multiple choice, and you'll do those online. The practicals are also worth 25% under a hurdle. In the standard subject, you have a research project that will be done in a group that's worth 15% of the subject mark, and the report for that will be due at the end of semester. And also you'll have a 2-hour exam at the end of semester in the examination period for semester 1. So also that will be half multiple choice questions and half short answer questions. Okay, and on this final slide, I've got some pictures here of the subject coordinators, so myself, Andy and Brianna, who's here today. We also have Associate Professor Dawn Gleeson here in the Zoom room as well, and she is a Senior Academic Advisor for the Faculty of Science. So that's it for the information delivery. We have plenty of time for questions if people want to put those into the chat, or they can turn the microphones on and ask. There's plenty in the chat. Bree, are you? Oh yes,
Yeah.
The textbook. Okay, we can address, sorry, I haven't kept an eye on the chat. There are copies of the textbook, hard copies of the textbook in the library. There are also e-copy licenses in the library, and we're just communicating with the library to increase the number of those as well. Okay, Bree, do you want to read out some of those questions?
Yeah, okay. So let me just go back to the beginning because there have been lots.
Okay, Emily asks, are the online lectures recorded for us to view again? Yes, they are. They'll be posted as scheduled in the timetable. So each week, you know, they'll become available at that Monday 9 a.m, Tuesday 9 a.m, Wednesday 9 a.m, but then they will stay there for the entirety of the semester as recorded. Okay, they'll be embedded into some Canvas pages, and they'll be also, we'll also put them on the lecture capture. So they will stay there until the exam.
Yep.
Jen,
so you can watch them as many times as you like.
Jen,
Yes.
One of the questions that we haven't answered yet is about purchase of a lab coat, but a lab coat is necessary.
It is unnecessary. So we are going to do all of our practical and skill development online. So you don't need a lab coat, okay? We, as part of your practical program, we're having some do it in your home, do some kitchen biology. But I don't think you'll need a lab coat for that. But if you want to put it on at home because you've got it for chemistry, that's fine. So no, you don't specifically need a lab coat this semester. Hopefully, well, I'm not even going to say that out loud. Perhaps next semester. Let's hope. Okay.
So another common query has been around face-to-face and online classes. So I think just again, we will reiterate for biology this semester, we are 100% online. So all of your workshops, all of your tutorials and all of your practicals are going to be run over Zoom. So there's no need to come into campus for this subject unless you're visiting the library to have a look at a textbook.
Yeah, thanks, Bree. So when you look at the Canvas website, you'll see that it has, when you go into each subject, it has a Zoom tab in the left-hand side, and that will be populated with a list of all the classes, and you'll need to go in and join the class that you're registered to on your timetable.
So someone posted another query in the chat. They have classes scheduled on Mondays, and they are asking if they need to attend class on the 8th. So Labor Day is a public holiday, but it is not a university holiday, which means all of your scheduled university classes will still be running on Monday the 8th.
You don't get Cup Day either, sorry. Okay, so I'll just scroll down through. Brianna's answered some questions. How do we register for the Zoom classes? You don't need to register. So if you're enrolled in the subject, you'll have access to that Canvas site. And we just ask that you attend the Zoom class that you're scheduled to. So you'll need to look down because there will be a lot of classes. We'll label them with the time and the day and sometimes the class number if there's a duplicate class running, and you just need to click on that link to go there. But we ask, especially for the practical classes, you need to go to the practical class that you are registered to in your timetable. At the end of each practical class, you'll have the assessment for that. There'll be a quiz or something you have to upload on Canvas at the end of your practical class. And if you're not registered into that class, you won't have access to that assessment. Okay, I'm just looking. Thanks, Bree. I'll just scroll down and have a look. Yep, no safety glasses needed.
BioBytes.
BioBytes. Yeah, that's... are people just asking what BioBytes are? They're just our recorded videos to help explain some of the concepts in the subject. Are the lectures in the BioBytes section? No, the lectures will be, you're new to Canvas. We've only put up a homepage at the moment, but by the end of the week, we'll have opened up some of the the module content, and we'll try and arrange the content on Canvas so that it will be week by week. So you'll be able to look down and see week 1. What are the classes that I need to go to in week 1? And there'll be a link there to lecture 1. And then on a web page, we will have embedded the videos for the lectures. Okay, the Bio Bites are some extra resources to help you understand some concepts.
Another question I'm seeing is, where are these slides going to be posted on Canvas? So what we can do is we can embed these slides on that home page that you have access to at the moment. So you'll be able to go back and look over those.
Yep, I haven't put them up yet, but Bree and I will do that straight after this session. I see some people have put, they're asking about which streams they need to be in. So basically, if you have previous biology study at high school at year 12 level, then you will qualify to go into the standard stream. If you haven't done biology in high school at a senior level, then you'll go into the introductory stream. If you have specific questions for yourself, you can email Brianna or I or the general email addresses, and we'll deal with it on a one-to-one basis. Okay,
What's the difference between workshops and labs?
Okay, so so labs will be focusing on experimental work. Obviously, you can't do some of the hands-on experiments, but you'll be looking at some of the results, interpreting and applying your knowledge through looking at these experimental results. We are including activities that you can do at home to get your hands, you know, to use your hands and have some experimental skills. So that will be online. The workshops is more about consolidating the knowledge from the lectures, and they will be led by not the lecturers, the associate lecturers, and you will do activities that support your learning. So you might summarize some of the information from the lecture, or you might be given a scenario to work through or some data to interpret. Okay, so practical is all about, and in the practical classes, you'll also learn scientific skills, things like how to write a hypothesis, you know, how to plot up some data, things like that.
Jen, someone's been checking the Zooms and saw that there were 2 sessions 1 hour apart, and wondered if you could please share your screen to show the Zoom.
So has Mel, hang on, sorry, now I'll have to log in.
Oh, I can log in while you're answering.
Hello. Sorry, that was me that typed it in the chat. I was checking the Zoom tab, and because there's so many links.
Yes.
1 hour apart, there's so many links there. Do I follow my timetable and find the session that I have there?
You do. I haven't. So one of our associate lecturers has been setting them up there now. So Melissa, can you see my screen? Can people see that or not? Oh, no, I haven't shared it. Sorry. Sorry. I will put this up here. Can people see that? It'll take a little while to load over the... Dawn or Bree, could you tell me when that's up so I can...
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So this, I have clicked on the Zoom tab. Mine may look a little bit different to yours because I'm in the instructor mode. But if you click on the Zoom tab, it must be visible, I think, to you now, if you can see it. And you can see that Melissa here, one of our associate lecturers, has set up some meetings, right? So she's got a meeting ID and the link there. I think yours says join. Okay, I think mine just says start because I'm listed as a co-host. What you need to do is if your tutorial, so there are some people here in the 10008 subject that have a tutorial at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, and I'm going to take that with Rebecca. Beck and I are leading that tute, and this is the one that you would go to. So you need to look, and I understand there's a lot of classes because these are big subjects, but you need to look at the time and match that with your tutorial class. So the tutorial classes, yeah, you just need to find your time. The same with the practical classes. In the standard subject, there are 2 pracs running at the same time, and I've just been talking with someone about how to make it really obvious to you which one you should go to. Okay, so we'll put in the class numbers that match what's on your timetable so you can choose the right one. Did that explain that question?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, so the 1009 links haven't been set up yet, okay? So because your small classes don't start in 1009 until week 2, they have not been arranged yet, whereas the tutorial classes for 1008 start next Tuesday, and Mel has started uploading those onto Zoom. So 1009 will be there soon, okay? How do we prepare for the practicals? Okay, okay, so the week before the prac, at the end of the week before the prac starts, we will publish the practical page and you'll be able to look at the notes to prepare for your prac time. There'll be suggested activities that you should do to prepare for prac, resources to watch, little videos or readings to do. And then when you come to the prac, it'll be a 3-hour class and you'll be working through activities in the notes. Okay, there will be questions there. You don't need to hand in your prac notes, but at the end of a 3-hour session, just before the end of it, the quiz will open. So you'll be able to then do a multiple choice quiz that's part of the prac assessment. So if you have completed all the activities during the 3 hours in your groups and answering the questions, you should have enough notes in front of you to successfully complete the quiz at the end. Does that answer it? Will the pracs be recorded? No. Okay. So none of the small classes are recorded. It's only the lectures. We can't, there's privacy issues with us recording. We have to have permission from everyone if we record tutorial classes. And there's so many, we couldn't record them all. Any other questions? We've got 3 more minutes before some of you may have to go on to the next.
So a question that I'm just seeing that's come up a few times is there a deadline when students need to have watched the lectures by? So whilst there isn't a set deadline, you will be having progress tests and quizzes throughout the semester that contribute to your assessment. And so we do encourage you to stay on top of the lecture material. Ideally, you would have watched the 3 lectures for the week by the start of the following week, because the material covered in those lectures is likely to be covered in your tutorials, in your workshops, in your practicals. So in order to best prepare for those classes, it is really important that you stay on top of the lecture materials.
There's a question that what is a workshop class? So there's a workshop in the standard class, and that's, you know, consolidating your lecture material, and you'll also be completing your research project within that workshop time if you're in 1009. The workshops in 1008 are all about preparing you for the prac the next week. They run before the pracs, and also learning scientific skills like writing skills, communicating in science, interpreting data, writing a hypothesis.
Jen, I've just been answering a couple about
Sure.
the book, and the 11th edition would be okay if you've already got access to one.
Yeah, we will try and put up, you know, some different readings. So you can purchase the textbook if you're able to. If you're not able to, there are other textbooks that you can look at, and we'll always have a look for, there's an open source free online textbook, and we'll just make sure that that link's always at the end of the reading list as well. Yeah, so someone's asking, are there tutorials for 1009? The workshop class, there's only one class format, and the tutorial material is kind of covered in this class. It's a bit of a catch-all term for that class, that name. Okay, yeah, thanks, William.
So one question that's come up a few times that I might quickly address before people have to leave is, what is Campus Wire and how do students register? So Campus Wire is it's a social media platform similar to Reddit that will allow students to interact with one another, but also to interact with us staff members. You'll be able to post questions and collaborate with your peers on answering those. You get the opportunity to upvote each other's questions, so that helps us as the teaching staff identify which questions are really common, so that we can address those for students. With respect to signing up to Campus Wire, that's something that information will be made available next week for you.
So the tests won't be done in class time. What we do is you'll have an online multiple choice test, and it was usually open you have 24 hours to complete it, but once you start doing the test, they're timed. Okay, and there'll be a window so that people can choose the most suitable time for them.
However, the prac tests are done.
Yeah, thank you. The prac class test, yes, exactly. Thank you, Dawn. Is it an issue if you have your prac classes before? No, not for 1009, okay? Oh, do you mean they can't be in the same week because we don't run them in the same week? But in 1009, there's a prac 1, workshop 1, prac 1, workshop 1. Okay, it's the other way around in the 1008 subject. Someone's asked, should are the dates right in the timetable? I hope so. They should be.
But I've said check the LMS.
We hope so, don't we, Dawn and Brianna?
Yeah.
Because that's when we'll have to deliver them, because you know the timetable at Melbourne Uni is pretty inflexible.
Can I just make a mention of peer mentoring, because that's going to happen in first semester this year. You'll be assigned another student who's in a later year, with whom you can have a chat about anything to do with uni life. And then in second semester, you'll be assigned an academic person to have a chat with them in a group of 10. And you can ask them any questions you like. It can be about where you go with your studies, or how to study well, or what are exams like, or what if I fail, any question at all. So please keep an eye out for those invitations, and please make sure you attend the meetings, because you really will get a positive outcome from them.
So we'll start to publish more and more content on the learning management system at the end of the week. So your activities to support your learning will be published on Canvas. There'll be some material that you can do self-directed by yourselves, but we encourage you to come to all your tutes and workshops to work with other students. That's a really good way to learn. Okay, lectures, yeah, so the lectures will be published on the times that they say on the timetable. So lecture 1 will be up and available on Canvas 9 a.m. on Monday. Lecture 2, Tuesday 9 a.m. So if the lecturers are, we'll make sure it's there. Should I use the timetable? Oh, should I use the timetable on the LMS or my timetable, because they're a bit different? Emmett, do you want to follow that up a little later, because they should be the same? You can't register your attendance. Okay. Maybe Monique could post the link for the attendance again, if she's still here. When will you have the online quizzes? We'll publish an overview schedule later this week, and it outlines when you will have the online quizzes. Okay, so it's every 2 to 3 weeks, because they're meant to be progress tests throughout the semester. There's an error with the link. Sorry. Okay, we'll try and find what's happened with that link. Bree, do you want to have a look into the email? Did you get sent the link? Or is Monique still here to post the link? No. Dawn, did you get? It'll take a little.
What was that, Jen?
Oh, the student experience team had posted a link to do attendance, and I've put it in the chat line, but everybody's telling me the link didn't work. An overview sheet will be up. Okay, we're just proofreading it and making sure it's all correct now, Elsa.
It's Talia Cook.
Okay, it's saying, okay, I'm not sure why the registration's not working. That's okay. How many do we have here? I can't, 364.
We've got
okay.
364.
We did get up to 475 at least.
Okay, so there's obviously some issues with some of the registration. Yeah,
some
okay.
people at work. Try a different browser, or just do a reload or empty your cache. So it might be something to do with some people's internet setup or their browser setup.
Okay. Any other questions before Dawn, Brianna and I go? Yeah, I'm not sure what the student experience team are doing with the video. We'll post a little bit of information up on Canvas about this video and where it's going to go. I'm not sure. They haven't told us. I didn't realize it was going to be recorded. Okay, thanks, Alessandra. Thanks, Av. Any other questions before you go? Thank you. We will see some of you next week in class and the other people in standard class in week 2. Thank you.